So, how much money do fishing guides really make? And it's a common question that a lot of people ask. So, let me just break it down for you real quick. And I just want to start by saying, too, that it obviously depends on where you're at in the country and your specific situation and stuff like that. But I can just speak from my experience and for myself and what I've observed. But basically, like I'll just say for myself, most of my trips I can run at about 80% margins. So that means like if I charged, we'll just say round numbers. If it's $100 for a trip, I can walk away with about $80 in profit, and $20 would be expenses. And then you can just, break it down from there. So that's pretty much my margin is 80%. So with that said, I charge, now I charge $500 a trip. And so, yeah, you can basically just see that, okay, yeah, that's $400 in profit per trip. Okay. So now that we have that figured out, it really just comes down to, okay, that's the hard costs to actually like running the trip. So I have factored into that, you know, fuel, bait, and, just general expenses and stuff like that. But what a lot of people don't account for is advertising costs, which at this point in my fishing career are very minimal, like basically zero over the past few months. So like, just to give you an example, I've spent no money advertising my fishing charter business over the past, for at least the past 5 months, because it's May now. And since January, I've got 57 leads. 57 like phone calls for my business. And the conversion rate kind of depends. Sometimes it's over half, sometimes it's less than half. But yeah, so I basically have no advertising costs right now, which is nice because it's just based off word of mouth and stuff that I've already done in the past. Now, you probably just want me to like break it down for you and tell you like exactly what it is, but since fishing charters aren't like a recurring revenue business to be like, oh yeah, I make exactly this much money a month or whatever, like I can say that, as I already mentioned with the profit margins and stuff, that a lot of times during like the peak season and stuff like that, personally, I do about 10, 12 trips a month or so. That's about what I would do at that number. I forget off the exact top of my head, but I remember there was plenty and plenty of months where I'd make $3,000 to $5,000 upwards of actual like take home profit. And actually, I think my biggest month was just under $10,000 in like actual profit, like 9,800 or something like that. And that was around Christmas time, when I'd sell a bunch of gift cards and stuff like that. So yeah, is it something that you're going to get rich doing? By no means. Like, I'd say absolutely not, unless you're really going to scale it to like, a massive team and stuff like that, then you could scale it. But as far as a solo operation, like if you're just one person or one guide, running the boat and stuff like that, like your time is limited, obviously. So like max, you could do like 2 or 3 trips probably a day, unless you were doing like really short stint trips. For me, I just like doing one a day. It keeps my focus on that one client for the day. I'm not a fan of doing doubles, but even if you could still theoretically only do 2 doubles a day for 365 days a year, and that'd basically kill yourself. Plus, that's not even to mention days that you get bad weather and stuff. So really, like, it's hard to grow to like multiple 6 figures, unless you have like some really special circumstances operation, like maybe down south, if you're running $2,000 or $3,000 tuna trips or something, and you can stack up a couple hundred of those a year, then your revenue could get pretty high. But yeah, anyways, I don't think there's anything else I missed. I mentioned profit margin. I mentioned about how much I'd usually make during peak season and stuff. So if I did miss anything, just drop a comment below or something, and I'll be happy to answer it. I'm not trying to hold anything back. I just don't want this video to be too long. So yeah, that's basically how it works.